something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club.
On September 2nd of 1960, two New Zealanders, Murray Halberg and Peter Snell, set the Olympic Stadium alight in Rome by winning the 800 and 5,000 respectively. And 56 years later, the All Blacks get a chance to set this same stadium alight. I'm a bit higgledy-piggledy, Bradley Lumens. It's 2 o'clock in the morning in New Zealand as we take a look at this Italy team to face the All Blacks. And in the front row, Totti, Geraldini and Cittadini, with Marco Fusa and Van Skolkwyk in the tight forwards, Maxime Banda and Simone Favaro, with the very experienced captain of Sergio Parise at number 8, number 9, Giorgio Bronzini alongside Carlo Cana, a very inexperienced half combination, Luke McLean and Thomas Benvenuti. In the centres, Giulio Bessincini and Angelo Esposito in the wing, and on the top is Eduardo Panovani, the bench. Geiger, Panico, Ciccarelli, Biaggi, Minto, Gori, Alan and Bonnie. It is a tongue twister, and the run of the tongue will be quite hard today, but I introduce a little bit easier of a team of the All Blacks, and to go through the All Blacks, Bradley Richardson.
Yes, thank you, Jake. I'm quite excited to get back to sleep after this, but I'll go through the All Blacks anyway. Number 1, Wyatt Crockett. 2, Cody Taylor. 3, Charlie Faumuina. 4, Patrick Tuipulotu. 5, Scott Barrett. 6, Elliot Jackson. 7, the captain, Sam Cane. 8, Stephen Luatua. 9, Tawera Kubalo. 10, Aaron Cruden. 11, Waisaki Naholo. 12, Anton Leonard-Brown. 13, Malachi Fekitoa. 14, Israel Dag. And 15, Damien Kenzie. Into the reserves, 16, on debut, Liam Coltman. 17, Joe Moody. 18, Offa Tuanga-Fasi. 19, Brody Retallick. 20, Matt Todd. 21, Aaron Smith. 22, Leap Musapawaga. And 23, Rico Ioane.
Well, speaking of debuts, it's Giorgio Bronzini, the number 9 for Italy, making his debut, but also another debutant in the commentary box tonight is Bradley Lumens. Bradley, I hear you've got some pretty interesting WAG watch coming up, and how's it all looking for you?
Yeah, cheers, Jake. It's all looking great from up here. The WAG watch will definitely be on tonight. If we see anyone in the crowd of notable interest, we'll be all over it.
Your key matchups for today's match, Bradley?
Which Bradley are you talking to? This is way too confusing.
Lumens.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
Right. The key matchups will obviously be in the loose forwards with Luatua at 8 and Dixon starting as well. And the tight forwards as well, the locks, Barrett on debut for his first start. And Mackenzie, we'll see how he does on his first start as well.
Well, the match officials for today's match, Nigel Owens has the whistle yet again as a 89% win rate. The All Blacks do under Nigel Owens. Has refereed 19 All Black tests and 17 won. And both losses were against South Africa back in 2009. The assistant referees, Alex Roots and Dudley Phillips, the Irishman, and Eric Garzens of France in the TMO box if required. We're all set. A rivalry that started at 1903, and here we are in 2016. The average score of New Zealand 57, Italy 9, will certainly be tested today after a pretty vengeful New Zealand pack looking to get back on the wagon of this winning campaign that they broke last week.
Yeah, Jake, just a quick observation. I'm a bit worried about the All Blacks' fitness because they just had a huddle there and the water boy was already on the field.
Maybe a sign of the humidity in Rome Olympic Stadium. 73,500 people in this beautiful stadium, and it's underway through way of Carlo Cana, and the 550th Test match of All Blacks is underway, and immediately we see a stock standard start by the New Zealanders, kicking it to touch, and we'll have our first line out of the match. Cody Taylor, having grown as Movember, Bradley Lumens, yourself, you're looking like you've grown your own.
Yeah, it's coming out a bit and it's getting me into a bit of trouble at home because I'm a bit scruffy. But I keep it growing anyway for the cause.
Well, Italy take it down, they take it to a maul, but it's sacked in the end. And Bronzini finds his runners just off the ruck, and they move it to midfield about 38 metres out from their own line. Cunner makes a dart through the line, but taken down just past the advantage line. Bronzini once more goes for a run. Benvenuti passes it off, and we find a minute on the clock. Off to Parise, playing his 120th match for the Italians today, but they lose it forward to the Italians, and the All Blacks get a chance, and cleared away by Damien McKenzie.
Bit of a shit kick.
Well, he looks like a character off some sort of movie, does Damien McKenzie, and he kicks like one too after that one.
What movie are you referring to?
I was thinking Star Wars. He reminds me of Yoda.
Why Yoda? Has Yoda kicked something before?
No, he reminds me of Yoda. Anyway, Geraldini to throw from the Italians. And,
what a line out.
A couple of line outs, a couple of jumps, and boom shakalaka, we're away. Put up into the skies
play.
of Rome. Will it come back down? Yes, it eventually does, and it's knocked on by the New Zealanders, said backwards as Nigel Owens. And Kurbalo looks to clear, with Dag chasing on the far side, puts it up, but Parise can take it down, but then stripped by the All Blacks. They retain the possession. Cruden to Anton Leonard-Brown, and he puts a horrible kick in, but it's turned out beautifully, and Malachi Fekitoa takes it down on the halfway metre line. Kurbalo doesn't need to play halfback. He finds it eventually. Cruden once more, they kick, and this time they find themselves inside the 22 of the own territory here, the Italians. They look to scramble at this one. Esposito takes it down. She's all go here in Rome, and Nigel Owens is saying it's a scrum. And we'll have our first scrum. I'm commentating along two front rowers. Bradley Richardson, your excitement for the first scrum of the match.
Shit, mate. First scrums of the matches are horrible. They take bloody 5 minutes, and they hurt like hell.
Lumens, the importance of the referee's authoritativeness, his authority rather, at the first scrum. It's almost like your first dance at your wedding. If it doesn't go well, you know there's going to be a bumpy ride coming ahead.
Oh yeah, exactly. You've got to really set the tone with the first scrum. It's got to be short, sharp, as short as it can be. Like Brad said, it usually takes 5 minutes, bloody ages. But you just try and get it out of the way.
Well, Kurt Barlow gets the tap on the back, so he puts it in. And they're in a real attacking opportunity here. The All Blacks, Aaron Cruden off to Ben Smith, finds a gap, Fekitoa is in. We haven't hit the 4-minute mark, and the All Blacks are on the board through 5 points. Malachi Fekitoa, Bradley Richardson.
Yeah, well, I can't multitask, Jake. You've thrown me to talk, and I've got to change the score, and I'm not sure what score. There we go. That's not the right one. Jack, would you like to keep talking?
Yeah, well, it was a great try by the All Blacks, and something we've seen quite a lot, especially in the New Zealand-Argentina match in Hamilton on the 10th of September. We saw 3 tries from the base of the scrum, 5 metres out from the line, and you just can't give an attacking opportunity like that, and the Italians will learn pretty quickly here at Lumens.
Well, yeah, that was a very well-worked move from the All Blacks, and the Italian defence didn't scramble quick enough, quite simply.
Scramble was not on.
Well, Anton Leonard-Brown, bit of a decoy runner. You'd almost say he impeded somewhat there.
Well, one of the Italian defenders blew it by trying to run bloody 30 metres up the field with an intercept that was not on.
Well, Kana gets us underway, and we're 5 minutes into it. 7-0. The All Blacks over the Italians, and it's booted back toward this blue resurgence.
Is it going to come down?
Is it going to come down? It's in the air. Tauda Kurbalo looks to take it down, and he does. Taken down in a tackle by Lorenzo Cittadini. The All Blacks retain the ball. Cruden, yet another kick, and Damien McKenzie's chasing this one, but can't quite take it. Kana in his headgear takes it down. Bronzini finds support in midfield. The Italians, this crowd's going off like a bull in a china shop, Brad. Oh, well, I do it again. Chip through as Luke McLean playing his 82nd match for the Italians. He's an Australian playing for Benetton Treviso. And, well, Brad, he was a man that you thought was playing his debut for the Italians today.
I saw something on the Australian website about him bloody making his debut or something, but apparently that was wrong. Maybe they just got excited that an Australian was playing for a good rugby team.
Well, Damien McKenzie gets it out of his 22 and puts it into the skies. The amount of kicks we've seen so far, pretty incredible. The Italians have it again. They look to work this into something good, something they haven't seen so far in this opening 6 minutes. Kana puts it back up. A game of force back. Looking to take it is Damien McKenzie just outside. And Israel Dag puts it back into the skies here at Rome, Italy. They look to scramble something here. Kana yet again puts it back into the All Blacks territory, and they're all offside here. But it was touched. In fact, says Nigel Owens. McKenzie taken down by Geraldini. Vicky Toa on the wing. A bit of dead air. Charlie Faumuina finds the voodoo man. Waisaki Naholo. We'll talk about his medication very shortly, but the All Blacks slews it forward, but Owen says play on, but then eventually finds it. And we come to the second scrum of the match, but a perfect opportunity to talk about Waisaki Naholo and his drugs in Fiji. Either Brad, take it away with your thoughts on the big man going to Fiji and being cured.
Yeah, well, I think he did it in Fiji because no one could see him there. It's probably some dodgy, bloody method he used to get healthy, because there's no way you can recover from a broken leg that quick. But to be fair, would rather he didn't have done it because he was absolute shit at the World Cup.
Well, do you think, Lomans, that it was a bit of the witch doctor? You know, maybe he went over for a bit of line dancing, ting tang, walla walla bing bang.
Oh, 100%. I think you're directly bang on there, you know, out in the back alley doing their secret ritual, all in a line.
Yep.
Do a bit of campfire.
Yep.
And he's just healed like that.
Yeah, specific timings maybe. Maybe it's sunset, sunrise, specific times in which you have to do the dance.
I think it's 12:13 a.m.
12:13, alright, so you got to get up quite early. Well,
or you just stay up late.
Yeah, well, true.
Well,
True.
That's not really getting up early, is it?
Well, they say it's a sellout here in Rome, but there is a few empty seats. Of 73,500 was expected. But maybe you never know.
You can't actually see anything because the sun's too bloody bright.
Well, there may have been a crash on the way to the stadium, and
some trains might not be working.
The trains may not be working. Maybe things like that. Nonetheless, we're about to pack the second scrum of the match.
Shit, time was off for quite a while, and I missed it.
The time Brady Richardson was so hard to come by in last week's defeat to the Irish. Bradley Richardson in the time, he just needed a visit from Father Time, but that's never come. Bronzini puts the ball in, and Parise holds it at the back. They're on their 10-metre line of their own territory, the Italians. Looks to Kana, and Kana puts it back into the All Blacks territory, deep inside. In fact, into the 22. But McKenzie has some insurance here, and he puts the ball into touch on the full. And we'll have a line out around the halfway metre line. Good posture by the assistant referee there.
Yeah, I like the way he was holding the flag up nice and straight. He had a strong arm. It was a bit tensed up. It looked good for the camera. You think he was posing?
Oh, that's what I do when I'm on camera like that. I make sure I put my arm out properly. good arm is always good.
Touching the Italian's bum.
Do you reckon it's Dudley? Oh, Dudley Phillips.
Yes, it is Dudley Phillips, in fact. Dudley Phillips, the assistant referee. But the All Blacks steal the line out. They look to mount some attack here. Kurbalo looks and finds Cruden on the right. Feki Toa now, and he whoops it back in. McKenzie in the midfield. Off to the big Papa Toi Toi, man of Charlie Fambuena. Kurbalo. Cross kick yet again by Cruden. And Voodoo's chasing, and he's going to get the ball in the end, but he's out. And Dudley Phillips gets another chance to show us his posture with that flag in the air.
Yeah, well, I'm actually decided to do some analysis for once.
Yep.
You can probably notice it if you're watching the game because it's pretty bloody obvious, but the Italians are rushing up on defence, so the All Blacks are just dabbing some little net. What do we call them again?
You put in a chip kick.
A nudge behind. A nudge.
You
A
put
nudge
in
is
a
the
nudge.
right choice. A nudge behind the Italian defence, and the Italians have to turn their asses around and try and get backwards, and they're not doing it quick enough. And while sucking the whole, I can do it quicker, and therefore is getting the ball.
Dudley gives him another tap.
Well, they're on the back foot of the Italians, but it will be interesting to see as this game goes on how much the game plan differs. Geraldini comes off, Hager comes on, and, well, that's not the greatest for Leonardo Geraldini. Voodoo takes it down, the big Waisaki Naholo. The All Blacks now just inside their own territory.
Someone's lost the boot.
Glad not Nick Phipps is not on the field. Chip kick yet
Oh,
again
it's
by
the
the All
third.
Blacks. And the Italians have found a gap through way of Padovani. Padovani finds some space. Taken down eventually, and now the Italians have an opportunity.
There's a bird trying to get up in the middle of the field. It's been hit.
Bronzini avoids the hit bird. Very important that we remain on this. A drop kick came eventually, an opportunity there, but a penalty, says Nigel Owens. And Carlo Kana will take a shot for 3 points, you would assume, to put them on the board. And he will. Kana looking for the an opportunity for a bit of a drop kick to get the third drop kick of All Black Italy matches. The All Blacks.
Yeah, well, we've had a bit of input from our chat on that posture of ARs, and Shannon says the posture of an assistant referee is highly underrated. I feel I'd have to agree with you. It doesn't get enough attention from the major broadcasters.
Well, Shannon, I agree. I'm a referee, and I've done a few games on the TV in terms of assistant refereeing. And you can tell when the camera's behind you. You know, they put the back
know.
of your head. They know. And
They put their smiling face
but I'll
on.
tell you what, the cameraman, he's put me on a couple of times. I've been happy with that. But it's the TV directors that don't do it. Nonetheless, Kana puts it through the sticks. And Italy are now closing the deficit to 4 points. It's 7 points to 3 in the first half here. But yeah, I agree. It's something that we don't appreciate enough. And Dudley Phillips having a very good game so far.
He's even doing it now. He's even just on camera and he's still doing it. That's a sign of a good assistant referee. Do you think they choose referees by how they look on camera?
You know, if that was the case, I should be, probably doing the Rugby World Cup final. But nonetheless, in their way, the All Blacks put it back, and while they remain the possession after the kickoff, it'll be interesting to see the possession stats. A maul comes and a possible turnover in the end here, and they do.
All Blacks coming diving off their feet.
Instead of a scrum, they'll continue their attack, the Italians, but they put it back into this All Black camp. McKenzie on the 10-metre line of his own territory puts it into the sky.
It's coming down.
It's come down eventually for Padovani. In his fourth cap today is Eduardo Padovani. And Kana looks to put it back down to the same position in which he's had just before. But McKenzie decides to give it to Israel Dag, and he looks to find some space. And Anton Leonard-Brown eventually on the wing. Taken down eventually. Taura Kurbalo. Off to Patrick Toipolotu. Kurbalo again. Skips the prop for to Wyatt Crockett. And now it's back out to the wing, this left wing. Waisaki Naholo. And brilliant over the ball there, but the Italian's blown off, and Dudley Phillips, the assistant referee, gets down on almost to his knees looking at that one. Mackenzie after Luatua. They look to go backwards here,
big hit.
but a massive hit, and that'll make Smashed and Bro, and the crowd goes wild. Elliot Dixon finds Luatua. Now they're inside the 22 of the All Blacks. 14 gone over the balls, Padovani, but can't force the turnover. Mackenzie, and he finds Patrick Tuipolotu, and offside is Kana, but advantage will come. Kurbalo finds it eventually at the back, and yet again on the 8th phase here goes outside to Fekitoa, and then inside to Wyatt Crockett. Kurbalo again. The Seagulls are fluttering around. Bradley, just Lumens, prepare yourself for an update on that bird. But Toy's finest goes over. You beauty. The beard and all puts the ball down over the line, and the All Blacks get their second for the match. Brilliant from Charlie Faumuina. He gets his 3rd career try and his 2nd in 2016 after his try in Hamilton against the Pumas. But a bit of an update on the injured and wounded bird, Bradley Lumens.
Yeah, well, they've not managed to get it off the pitch yet, and I think it's just a real hazard. They should get the bird stretcher out, and it should really just be a priority to get him off.
The first aid team looking to respond there, but Rigger, talk us through that try.
Yeah, well, the All Blacks just managed to keep hold of the ball and lose it. I'd just like to say that before the match, the Italian coach said that they were sick of being lovable losers, and unfortunately, I don't think that's changing anytime soon, because they're not going to win a rugby match against the top tier team.
Well, it's all about your start, because you almost get smashed in that next half by the All Blacks. There's always some sort of comeback. We saw it last week, but didn't take them over the line. And it's put over as the conversion through Aaron Cruden. He played last time these two teams met, way back in 2012, and he played outstanding in that day, scored 17 points, and he's looking to do something similar today. Kana puts it back up, and a brilliant kick inside the 22. Kurbalo finds a support runner of Elliot Dixon. Now the All Blacks yet again decide not to kick, not to exit. However, they do now through way of a box kick of Tawa to Kurbalo.
The birds are all over the place here. Look at them.
Oh, well, a brilliant take by the man of Yoda, of Damien Mackenzie. Brilliant take there. Sensational by the big man. Mackenzie again finds some support in the midfield. And brilliant yet again, a rush defence. But now Elliot Dixon, well, he was coming in hot there, but a bit too hot. Assistant referee down, crutching down.
Surely that was out.
Yeah, well, it was almost in the grandstand. But nonetheless, Phillips will trust his judgment. The All Blacks yet again, I think they've got advantage here for a penalty. Cruden has a dart at the line, and now they're at the 10-metre line of Italian territory. In the midfield, they make a break. And another rush defence, but Nigel Owens will come back for a penalty to the All Blacks. And, they're not changing this tactic, Rigger, about rush defence.
No, well, I think they're going to learn even quicker now that it's not going to bloody work. Although they were a bit unlucky because Dudley seemed to have missed a blatant out. Wasaki Naholo had the ball and he was lying about 30 metres into touch, and I think he was too busy trying to get his posture right. By the time the ball was cleared, he didn't have his flag up. So what was he meant to do?
Well, surely you can forgive a man for getting his posture right. Very important. Certainly in front of a crowd of 70-odd thousand people. He gets another chance. Does Phillips to put his flag up, and Aaron Cruden puts it into touch. Yeah, well, what a brilliant take by Damien Mackenzie. We saw it in the Chiefs earlier in the year. The amount of pressure he can withstand under that high ball. Playing his second cap in his first start today. The possession statistics there, Brad. Lumens, jeepers.
Yeah, it's a bit of a domination by the All Blacks.
86%. possession to the All Blacks.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, Italy don't have a chance in this game.
Being a bit of a hungus, somewhat the All Blacks are. And they put it in. Sergio Parise can't take it down, but Scott Barrett does instead. Papatoi, big man at the back. Cody Taylor, they're mauling this one. Surely they're going to get over the line. This is brilliant. Sacked eventually. And a possible penalty try, no. Owens looked to start running backwards, but didn't in the end. Toi Pulotu, and he's over the line. Yet another for the All Blacks. Just about 20 minutes into it. And it's 19 points to 3, kick to come.
Yeah, well, that maul there, that looks like Italians were trying to stay out of it. One of their guys decided to jump in, so then the All Blacks just put the foot down and all the Italians went head over biscuit trying to stop it, but they failed completely and they're already down 18 points. There's not much of a game now.
Lomans, anything to come back with this Italian team?
Well, the defence was holding up pretty well, when the All Blacks were just going one-off runners straight at them and at them and at them. But they seem to be falling a little bit apart now. Let's see if they can keep holding it together.
Well,
they were good for the first couple minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Against the All Blacks especially.
Well, the largest win the All Blacks have had is 100 points to 3. The Italians have got their 3 points, so the All Blacks a little bit more to go. As we look at the most test points, where Aaron Cruden's ranking at 4th position, looking to extend it to 314 points to his name. But back to that, the All Blacks, back in 1999, at the Rugby World Cup, put in a big effort as Cruden puts it back into...
And he's already made more kicks than Beauden Barrett has in his whole career.
Yeah, well...
3 of them.
Puts it through the sticks. New Zealand 21, Italy 3, 20 odd minutes gone.
Italy just got it all wrong.
Do you think the praise of the Pope would help them now?
Yeah, well, a little bit, but I don't think... There's about 100 seagulls just flying across the field. Maybe they could blame it on that. That's a good excuse.
Well, that's what South Africa blamed their loss on Japan in the Rugby World Cup last year. The Brighton Seagulls, the demonic Brighton Seagulls, and I think they're here in Rome. And they're not doing any favours to this Italian team. Gaga throws the ball into a line-out after an exit play by the All Blacks, but yet again the All Blacks get the possession. Now there's an opportunity for this Italian team. Interception. They work it right through way of Giorgio Bronzini, the debutante of Benito Treviso. Many players in this Italian team play for that club. And Wyatt Crockett. We've got an interesting fact about Crockett. And he's almost going. But a big break by the prop forward. Sensational to see. A prop forward make a break of about 5 to 8 metres. Just outside the 22 are the Italians. But a penalty. They couldn't get past the 6th phase. And Owens not happy with the release of that ball. And the All Blacks get a penalty.
I'll tell you what, the All Blacks are lucky that prop didn't reach his top speed in just that amount of time, because otherwise it would have been under the sticks and Italy would have had their try.
Well, you don't stop a train when all coal is in the furnace.
Certainly not.
And just about put all that coal in the furnace, and he would have been unstoppable for Damien McKenzie at the back. Wyatt Crockett has played 26 consecutive test wins. He didn't play last week. And the record for this, the most test wins is 28, held by Lawrence Dallaglio. So he wins 2 more and he equals the record. If he plays the remainder of the tour, he will, considering the All Blacks win them all, he'll become the world record holder for that. Off the foot, says Nigel Owens as he taps his own and then he taps his knee. It's almost like he's
tap dancing.
Yeah, some sort of sign language by the referee, Nigel Owens. Now a break by Aaron Cruden. but locked up eventually. Brilliant pass by Tau to Kubalo. What am I talking about?
He's trying to swap sports and play netball there.
What am I talking about? Well, he threw a netball pass into the grandstand.
That's not a good example of a chess pass for all you netball players out there.
Yeah, well, there's not many of them because it's not really a sport. I'd say it's more of a recreational activity.
Brilliant footwork there by Aaron Cruden to give Kubalo an opportunity. His ball's now in play, and Azrael Dag finds McKenzie. Naholo off to Fekitoa. Now they're on the charge. Leonard Brown taken eventually by Bisengini. Kubalo back inside the territory of the Italians. He goes right from the left wing into midfield. Crash ball as Patrick Tuipulotu finding again Fekitoa. In fact, it was Anton Leonard Brown who took the ball forward. They work left now. Coming out of the line, Simone Favaro, but not enough for the All Blacks to find a hole. Faumuina takes it forward. They're making meters here, the All Blacks. Leonard Brown off to Israel Dag, and he's under the sticks. Brilliant footwork.
Well, he's not under the sticks. He's to the left of it. But
well, he's close enough. Brilliant by Israel Dag.
He got a bit excited. Premature excitement, Jay.
Well, he gets his... well, I didn't quite see that, the graphics on the screen. But Israel Dag yet again goes in for another one. And... you know, not quite to the pace of the front rower of Lorenzo Cittadini, but near enough.
Yeah, he gave it a good effort. You know, it's hard to match a prop in pure speed.
Well, a brilliant offload, and then Israel Dag gets another try to his name, and Aaron Cruden yet again gets an opportunity to add to his tally. 3 out of 3, he's got 6 points today. Scored 17, as I said a moment ago, last time these two teams met. Well, the All Blacks have scored 4 tries or more in the 11 consecutive matches this year. And that brings it to the 12th time they'll do it in this year. Speaking of 12, they've played 12 times, these two teams. The All Blacks winning all 12 of them, with the last match of 42 points to 10 in 2012. But here we are, and Italy kick the ball back to Kubalo, and he puts it into the sky. A good raking punt.
It's come down.
It has come down, we can confirm. And not much happening over the far side of the field. Quite a lot happening to this near side.
The far side needs a bit of love.
Yeah, I feel as if it may be hurting. Omel Geiger, playing in his 6th cap, replacing the 81 cap veteran of Leonardo Geraldini. The hooker, and he throws it in. The All Blacks get it, and they kick it to Kana, and he returns back to Aaron Cruden, and he finds McKenzie. A little chip kick, and off the ball is a possible shoulder charge, and we wouldn't be surprised if the TMO comes into this one. Gauzen's possibly saying a check shortly. Nonetheless, the Italians have it. Bronzini finds himself on the right-hand side of the field in terms of where they're running from left to right on the television cameras. Kana in midfield finds his forwards, and again Giorgio Bronzini off to McLean, someone we haven't talked about very much today. Bronzini again, Kana in the pocket, and he puts it down into the depths of the territory of the All Blacks, and that's going to hold up just in goal, and a massive in goal here, and great awareness by Damian McKenzie to stretch out, pick the ball up when it's moving, and they'll have a scrum back on the 50-metre line.
Well, this game of forceback's never ending.
That was not a late hit. What are you talking about, Jay?
Sorry about it. It was more of a big man versus little man situation.
He's fully barreled into him, but he's gone for the charge down. Just an unfortunate collision, really.
I'd like to thank the sponsors, Oxygen, for today's broadcast. Without Oxygen, I think it's fair to say none of us would be here, so thank you very much.
Did we lose our water sponsorship?
Yes, that was last week, so thank you very much to Oxygen for all you do for us. Without you, none of us could be here, and we couldn't make this happen.
Yeah, well, I'd just like to also extend my thanks to Oxygen. I'm using it right now. I use it most days, I would say. It's really helpful. Great sponsor to have on board.
Brad Lumens, your plug of the sponsor. Clearly, we've got to put the plugs into the word the sponsors. How much do you find Oxygen useful in your day-to-day life?
I find Oxygen, incredibly useful. It keeps me feeling young, feeling fresh all the time.
Feeling alive.
Feeling alive, you could say, definitely.
Well, Kurbalo at the back of the scrum, he feeds it. And now yet again, kicked through, but not so much of a rush defence. And overran. But, however, on the back foot, Naholo gets the ball. Kurbalo, and he finds Dixon. The Highlander, who's had a brilliant 2 years. Played at St Bede's in Christchurch, but now playing his rugby down in the deep south. Mackenzie finds a hole, and he breaks through a couple of tackles and finds himself wrapped up eventually. The ball's free, and Luatua smashed in a tackle. Not often you see a big Jaffa, a big Aucklander, get smashed in a tackle like that, and apparently to the Italians.
Kurbalo's gone for the netball pass again. He still should practice it more, I think. Not coming off quite as well as he would like, I guess.
Yeah, well, Brad's just eating a fruit boost at the moment. Excuse him on the misunderstandability.
Misunderstandability, I think that's possibly a new word created.
Yeah, well, we have our own dictionary.
Look at the locks on Luke McLean. Jeepers. A girl would be proud of that. Must be sponsored by Pantene or something rather like that. Lads, you need to have a look at Luke McLean's hair.
Yeah, well, when he's next on...
Bloody Nora, she's a beauty. Brilliant line-out move by the Italians.
He's blowing it.
But knocked on.
Does Nigel Owens just want to miss that one too?
No, don't worry, lads.
No, he's got it. He's got it. Unfortunate. Brilliant line-out move. Brilliant. But just knocked on by Amalgega. Unfortunate.
Yeah, well, the other big match of the night, England-South Africa, has just gotten underway. Currently 0-0, still about a minute in.
Yeah, we'll keep you up to date with that.
Yeah, it's unlikely a team would have scored that early in, but knowing England, they probably would have. Also,
the Qantas Wallabies playing Scotland in a rematch. Craig Joubert not refereeing that one.
Bugger.
I don't think. I think the Prime Minister of Scotland has actually, in fact. Hold on! Breaking news! Only once this decade have the All Blacks lost back-to-back games, which was in 2011 against Raza, South Africa, and both times the referee was Nigel Owens, so we can blame it on him. Luatua at the back takes it off. I didn't know what I was talking about, but I was almost going to say something quite useful there. I hope it comes back to me. The All Blacks have the possession. 32 gone. It's gone relatively quickly this first half, but the All Blacks playing some good rugby and lackluster at best to the Italians.
Yeah, well,
Bronzini.
That's their good though.
Truth. Just inside their own territory, the Italians, and Bronzini box kicks from the base of the ruck. And good cover defence by Julio Besengini. Damien McKenzie in the pocket puts it up. He's done a lot of kicking today. Parise. And he makes a dart, but Tui Polotu scrags him to the ground. Bronzini. Kick through. Kana. And he's hoping this ball will hold up. Just does eventually. The chase is on between Thomas Benvenutui, but in the end, rather taken down the All Blacks. They make a break. as Elliot Dixon. Curvalo, they lose it on, and the Italians have the ball. Looking to utilise a possible advantage here in the pocket is Luke McLean. Goldilocks, well, not quite, and looking to hold up inside the in-goal, and Aaron Cruden wastes some time. Decides to have a little walk. I like this. Puts it down eventually. Right on the 34-minute mark.
I question whether he'd get that down in time.
Well, yeah, as I was saying, the Prime Minister of what do you call it?
Well, they're back underway.
True.
Break up the field.
Well, I look away and boom shakalaka. Tui Bolotu takes a break. My goodness me.
There go the pigeons.
Scrambled are the birds, and now the All Blacks in some space. Elliot Dixon decides to take it and eventually lost forward by the All Blacks. An opportunity gone begging there. But nonetheless, they're still up by 25 points. Vivaro plays halfback, and they're looking for an exit play here. Kana is in the pocket. But
two Italian players down here.
Well, no advantage. Look at the scramble
By the seagulls.
by the seagulls.
Are they seagulls or pigeons?
Or pigeons are the
What are
birds. We can call them birds, but the scramble of the birds was much better than the scramble of the Italians' defence.
Well, the scramble was good because they defended and got a turnover, so I'm not quite sure what you're talking about
I
there,
think that's
Jake.
down to Wire Crockett's poor hands there.
Butterfingers.
Yeah, absolutely. Shouldn't have eaten that popcorn before the game, really.
Well,
Ross
Patrick
can't
Lambie apparently dropped goal, and South Africa ahead 6-0 at this current stage.
Penalty and a drop goal.
Chip and chase for Hugh Jones of Scotland, and they lead 8-0 over Australia to Scotland. And as I was saying before, Craig Jabir may well have been banned from the country of Scotland after the mishap of the Rugby World Cup quarter final, the number 4 at Twickenham last year. Geez, it was heartbreaking, but nonetheless.
Yeah, I was not a happy camper after
No,
that.
you weren't. But Craig, he went through a tough time, and he assistant refereed some games after that, and we still noticed his posture was still up there. It was still good. So I'm very glad that he was able to continue on refereeing. Clearly, we saw the same in Wayne Barnes in 2007 with the All Blacks. But I had an opportunity earlier in the year to thank Wayne Barnes, as I, in fact, bet against the All Blacks in that match. An opportunity for me to go to Rainbow's End. I said, look, I don't think the All Blacks are going to win to a family friend. He disagreed. And, we bet on it. And Mr. Wayne Barnes, thank you very much. You made my day come true. And just unfortunate that the All Blacks had to lose, but I did in fact thank him over dinner earlier in the year when he came to New Zealand and refereed in the All Blacks Wales series.
I'm not quite sure what you're talking about in the Scotland game. It's not 8-0, it's 3-0 after a Scotland penalty.
Well, rugby.com.au in that case is spinning some yarns. 10 minutes in.
It is 10-0, I take that build. World Rugby are a bit behind.
Yeah, boom. Laidlaw adds the conversion for a 10-0 lead. Not often you see the halfback be the kicker, but it's almost bringing it back to the good old days, isn't it? When you see the likes of Pity Weepu. Nigel Owens.
He was never that great of a kicker.
What's Nigel Owens going to do here? Brad, turn the referee's mic up.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. He's checking something. In the meanwhile, I think it's important we have a look at the result from the Russia-Zimbabwe game, in which Russia took it out 19 points to 15. Zimbabwe having a good effort in a match that they really shouldn't have been that close in, Jake.
Well, yes, it's pretty good to be commentating alongside two future Test match stalwarts, I could almost say, of the good nation of Holland.
Well, we're hoping. We're hoping.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
We'll put the feelers out there soon. See what they want.
35 gone. Brad, have you got the time right here? 35. We're about to go to 36. Bronzini puts the ball into the scrum, and 8 takes it off, and it happens to be Sergio Parise. It's almost like he was the first player of the Italian team way back in bloody whenever the hell they started. They put it into touch, but not good enough from the Italians. They're offside and it. Nigel Owens puts a penalty. And the All Blacks look to, you would assume, take an opportunity for either a scrum, being 10 odd metres out, or a line out play.
Yeah, well, I'm not quite sure what Nigel Owens was going on about there. He might have been spinning some yarns too, because he's told the Italian players to get back, and they got back, and now he's blowing a penalty against them. So I'm not quite sure.
Maybe he just wants to blow a whistle. I mean, after all, he is homosexual.
Touche.
Nigel Owens, the good man himself, one of the world's best referees, come through his personal battles to become not only an incredible referee, but an incredible personality of the game. And the All Blacks, they set a scrum and possibly a play here in this last 2.5 minutes of the match. Kubalo holds it at the back. They look to use it eventually. Use it as the call. And Waisaki Naholo on the scramble over the ball. The Italians in a possible turnover. But advantage comes to the All Blacks. A metre out from the line. Advantage is still being played. Kubalo finds support. And well, Wyatt Crockett, the big man, has got a try. And something we very seldom see. As Wyatt Crockett score a try, his second try in Test rugby after a very, very long 55 matches of Test matches, and now he scores his second and his first this year.
One thing I didn't know is that Wyatt Crockett is a very tall man for a prop. He's a metre 93.
Yeah.
That's quite tall.
That is
for a prop.
huge.
Yeah.
That is huge.
He might as well go to lock with that height.
It's a whole 193 centimetres.
Same as Elliot Dixon. He's also 193. So your prop is pretty big.
Big men.
Big man. Cruden looks to make it 10 points to his name before we even hit the half-time break. We endeavour to keep you updated throughout the matches of Italy, New Zealand, of course, the live stream. And, puts it through the sticks. The flags go up from Dudley and Roots. The whistle goes and we're at 35 points to 3 with 1 minute to play in the first half. As saying, we endeavour to keep you updated as much as we can for the other two big matches going on in the Centre Year Tour of South Africa versus England and Australia versus Scotland. Farrell converts May's try to make it 7 points to 6. So England are taking the lead in that one. And Richie Gray goes off for a head check. Reece Hodge scores. It's all happening. 10 points to 5. Scotland leading in that game. Kicked off, but it's gone too far. And in this last minute, the Italians, through way of Conor O'Shea, they're going to get some form of bollocking. But what's your best bet? I'll go to you first, Rigger. Your halftime talk. What are the severities like in your halftime talk? How much of a boot up the right royal end of yourself do you need with a scoreline like this?
Yeah, I don't think they'll get much of a boot up the arse because it's not like they had a chance anyway. So I think they'll be pleasantly happy. They'll be chuffed with themselves that they've managed to keep the score this tight. They're still in it. They've still got a little bit of a sniff. They've got a bit of a sniff on, but they're hoping just to enlarge that sniff at the start of the next half.
Lumens, your idea on the sniff?
Oh, well, it's a little bit different for me because the Italians obviously very passionate.
Yeah.
Supporters, players, coaches and everything, very passionate about their game. And I think maybe they've just thought that this is a big game of horseback and the All Blacks are just taking it a bit too seriously for their liking.
Well, Dudley Phillips puts his arm in the air one more time. The clock ticks over. So 40 as Anton Leonard-Brown's taken into touch and a great cover tackle. Brilliant defence there by Angelo Esposito. And I have a last line out. The hood hasn't gone in the stadium. Here at Stadio Olimpico, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Peter Snell and Murray Halberg won Olympic gold here. In the space of about 40 minutes, they both won Olympic gold and lit the world alight from the Kiwi point of view. But we're here yet again, and it's Italy versus the All Blacks. Kana puts the ball into touch, and we'll have half-time here at Stadio Olimpico. We will join you in 10 minutes' time when we come back. But it's half-time here. New Zealand lead it comfortably, 35 points to 3. We'll take a break. Buongiorno, buonasera, and welcome back to the second half of the All Blacks versus Italy. 35 plays 3 at the halftime break, and we're ready to get back into it. Waiting on the cue, and waiting for this Italian team to get back out here after a good halftime break for both teams. Clearly two contrasting halftime dressing rooms. But as front rowers, lads, I'll start with you, Lumens. A good first half as front rowers. Good to see both props of the All Blacks getting tries.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. It's not often that you see the big men going over the chalk, but it's a lovely occasion when it does happen, and especially Wyatt Crockett as he's getting closer to the world record breaking streak that he's on of winning games.
Rigger, your chats on the first half.
Yeah, well, I thought Italy was shit and the All Blacks were pretty decent.
Pretty decent. Mate, they were on fire.
I know, but they're only versing Italy.
Elliot Dixon and
Israel Dag.
Israel Dag. Well,
Facials.
Dag, he's come back into this pack because he served as a Sky Sport announcer after being dropped from the All Blacks last year in the World Cup. Now he's back, and now he's a good member of this All Black team as Italy run back onto the park to a rousing reception. Just absolutely brilliant. This crowd from Italy, and well, regardless of the scoreline, they're still supporting this team as we see Shea, the coach, back into his box. No, Nigel Owens is back out here. The man we've been waiting for. And well, we're going to get back into it. The second half, the last 40 minutes of this match. Of the second match of the Vista Northern Tour. Oh, Owens gets us underway. And Geiger takes it down. Italy looking to use the pill, in which they haven't done so much so far. Possible offside by the All Blacks, but not called. And Italy put the ball into the All Blacks territory. However, Nigel Owens blows the whistle after an AR call from Alex Roos.
Yeah, well, in the chat, we've had a bit of a complaint about Australian TV not showing All Blacks games, and then someone replied, so they haven't shown a decent game in Australia in 14 years or so then. Shots fired, Jake.
Well, Hugh Jones gets another try in the Scotland-Australia match to put it out to 17 points to 10. Scotland looking for some vengeance over this Australian team as Laidlaw converts with 28 minutes gone. We update you with these big matches throughout the morning here in New Zealand. Free kick to the Italians after the scrum. And a bit of a chip goes Parise. Not offside, says Owens, in the Italians inside the All Blacks half here. But on the attack, taken back into their own half. Bronzini off to Luke McLean, the Australian, puts it into the skies of Rome, but it comes down to Waisaki Naholo. Not offside as the Italians, and they scramble upon the ball. They have the pill. They look to use it like an old grandma, but they don't do so. And Sergio Parise, the number 8. Well, what more advice do you need? If you're a number 8, don't kick the ball.
Yeah, well, that was a decent place to kick. Got himself into the 22. Is that the first time in the match they've actually done that? Like, got into New Zealand's 22?
No, a couple of times. They haven't gotten into the... I think they got into the last sort of 5 metres once. But that was only for a second or so.
Doesn't surprise me.
And now, of course, we see Ruiz's fantastic posture. He brings the flag down.
Yeah, brilliant to see. Scott Barrett in his second test takes the line out ball, and the All Blacks look for an exit. Kurpalo box kick, and he's got his chasers of Aaron Cruden coming forward to him. And a good tackle and into touch. The flag goes up. And what brilliant defence by the All Blacks on the kick return. And they get the ball. Beautiful. Assistant referee, great posture. And we're looking for some substitutions here.
Yeah, Italy looking to really ring the changes and save their players for the match next week. Who are they playing next week, Jake?
Wouldn't have a clue about Italy. All I do know is who the All Blacks are playing, and it's a rematch of Ireland versus the All Blacks. But this time, they will be playing in Dublin. Lorenzo Cittadini comes off, so 2 of the 3 front rowers are off. Just Sami Panico to come on for a new look front row. The All Blacks maul it. And in the side is Gaga. And the arms out from Owens. And, well, a bit of a hospital pass, a bit of a Hail Mary, but in the end scrambled upon by Charlie Faumuina. Great hands there by the prop forward. Nowadays, the prop forwards you see are, they do have quite a lot of skills, and they're not just making up numbers of the big fatties, aren't they?
A bit like Dance Coles.
Good old Dance Coles using his feet. Not playing today, obviously. Cody Taylor starting, Len Coltman on the bench. We speak of him, and he takes the ball down after a cross kick. Inside ball to Elliot Dixon. He's got men on the inside, and he uses Luatua. And that's a try to the All Blacks. And identical to the first half. In the first 4 minutes, the All Blacks score a try.
Shit, that was an awesome play by Cody Taylor. Jumps up, ball going out, taps it back into the All Blacks player coming through. Elliot Dixon should have really given the pass earlier. Got a bit greedy, but what can you do? Still scored a try.
Of being in the room with 2 hookers. How proud are you of a fellow hooker?
Are you a hooker, Bradley?
I do dabble in the art sometimes, yes.
Well, I was talking about the skill set of front rowers. And then, boom, shakalaka, we go to Cody Taylor. And I was thinking...
And he bloody jumps higher than the Trump Tower.
Well, I was thinking that that Elliot Dixon kind of stuffed it up, and he almost needed to pass Luatua before the cover defence came across by Italy. But in the end, he got the ball and scores his second test try in Conor O'Shea. The Italian coach is not the happiest of men.
Yeah, well, just an update in the Scotland-Australia game. Scotland leading 17 points to 10, and South Africa have taken the lead back over England 9 points to 7.
Yeah, well, the Qantas Wallabies.
Those games both approaching half time.
Yeah, stronger as one, the Wallabies motto, but well, yeah, we know what
There's
that's
a whole
about.
one person watching the game probably.
Good to see the English cricket team. 3 Lions have a good innings this morning. The flags go up through Aaron Cruden, and he gets 12 points to his name. Almost about to go past that 17-point mark. But yeah, lads, the cricket. Big summer of cricket coming up, Rig.
Yeah, looking quite forward to it. Starts this Thursday actually with the Pakistan-New Zealand Test match.
Well, we're underway again. Kubalo finds himself with the ball. He's been everywhere tonight with this. Typical. In the halves we see in Italy, yet again, put the ball into the sky. And it does come down. New look boots. The All Blacks for this end of year tour. Bit of a wonky kick here. That was a bit strange. It got to the right destination. Just a little bit like losing your virginity. It's not pretty, but you got the job done anyway, did Aaron Cruden. Esposito in the pink headgear puts it down into the All Blacks territory. And Cruden, it's Dag in fact who has it, links up with Damien McKenzie, and he finds a gap, but taken down. A little man, but he's got a big run of play there. The All Blacks yet again, and now they're making some metres. Inside the Italian half, about 30 metres out from the line. Kurbalo shifts it right. They're on the far side of the field. Linking up is Aaron Cruden. Kurbalo again, shifts it left. Allwood tries to, but smashed in a tackle. And counteract not good enough, but a forced penalty. Well, that's what they'll take, the Italians, and time is off. Says Nigel Owens. Well, listen in, Brad, turn that referee's microphone up.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but I can't quite hear and getting a bit of interference. So I might just go yell at the broadcasters to turn this shit off so I can actually hear. Like the TV broadcasters. I think we take precedence over them, don't we?
I would say so. I would say so, yes. Good to see. So much rugby happening. Obviously, the start of the season for these teams of the Northern Hemisphere. Slick ball from Izzy Folau to Vita Kurandrani. And a massive challenge there for the Wallabies. Knock on, however, on halfway on the 39th minute. So same score in the Qantas Wallabies versus the Scottish team in England Rugby. 10 points to 9. Still leading the Springboks. But back here in Rome, the All Blacks 42 points to 3. Sam Cane, the captain. We haven't said his name at all throughout this. The captain is second time captaining this All Black squad and scragged to the ground after a kick over top. Bronzini finds the replacement Pietro Ciccarelli. And now there's a maul and an opportunity for a turnover here. However, they find it at the back and Esposito has to scramble upon it. And Luke McLean.
Shit, that was a raking punt.
Yeah, it was a pretty good punt. Anyway, but the attack is now on here by Damien McKenzie. Naholo. They're on the far side of the field here, and an interception by Kana. Not having the wheels though, and he chips through. Looking for some support from his teammates. And brilliant by Damien McKenzie. Well, he must have taken ballet lessons because he got out of that one. Taken down just inside the 22. They look to shift it here. Horrible pass to Fekitoa. And now some defence. But Fekitoa puts it into touch. And that is a brilliant exit by Fekitoa under pressure.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't have really got into that situation in the first place. It was a pretty shit play by... Who was that who gave that pass? Was that...
I think that was Nan.
Was it Cody Taylor? No, it looked like Kurbalo. He really screwed that one up and Fekitoa had to cover for him. It's not much Kurbalo playing shit.
This game has marked the 100th try scored by the All Blacks against the Italians. They're at 103 at the moment. Whereas Italy only scored 10 tries against the All Blacks in their total of 12 matches. So not the greatest. Their best match at least was back in 1995 where they lost by 10 points, 31 points to 21 in the Rugby World Cup long ago. But not looking that good for them today unless they can come back with an improbable comeback.
Anything's possible.
Bronzini. Great to see you having the faith in this Italian team.
Oh, he's been tapped over head.
Yeah, well, Luke McLean's head over biscuit. But nonetheless, the ball's still in this Italian team.
Balls of the Italian physios to go straight on the field in the middle of the play.
Well, to help out the players, helping out these players. And, well, for the third time, the Italians have 6 phases, but they put the ball over the line on the full. And an attempted cross kick. And while they're not entertaining this crowd as much as they'd like, Enrico Ioane, the 19-year-old, is coming on to make his debut for the All Blacks. Well, he still has spots on his face, but nonetheless, he can call himself an All Black. 21, also, Aaron Smith is on. After the scandal of what happened of late, now they find themselves in space, the All Blacks, outside, then back inside, then back outside, into the 22 of the Italian territory. Lost forward, so they'll get an opportunity to decide whether they'll take a line out or a scrum here, but Waisaki Naholo and Aaron Cruden linking to each other in a brilliant play there. And brilliant by the assistant referee. Brilliant.
But is it Dudley again?
Dudley.
Sure.
He's having a great game,
My
is Dudley
golly, never
Phillips.
fails to impress.
Rico Ioane, the Aucklander, plays for the Blues. I remember, in fact, watching him at the Jock Hobbs Under-19 Memorial Tournament in Taupo last year. And he was a talent. He played alongside Akira, and then played for Sevens earlier in the year. Helped to get the All Black Sevens a few brilliant victories throughout the series, namely in Wellington. Who can forget the thumping tackle of Regan Ware to... what was his name?
I thought you'd bring that up.
What was his name? I forget it.
A Mexican wave.
Africa. His last name was Africa. So, ironically, he was from South Africa. And boom, after that, brilliant try in the corner. Cecil Africa. Geez, she was a good game, that one. Rico Ioane played his part and scored a try too. But now, he's in the All Blacks, playing in Rome. Cody Taylor procrastinating a little bit too much. So Nye Jones puts a free kick in.
Does he like to be called Nige?
Yes, he does apparently. Nige. Well, the All Blacks have already scored 42 points. In this game in 2012, the end scores 42 points to 10. So they're doing better than what they did back in 2012.
Yeah, well, just an update from the England-South Africa game. England taking the lead again, 17 points to 9 after a Laidlaw try. Wait, no, sorry, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
A Law's try.
And to the Wallabies, it's 17 points to 10 for half-time. So we'll join them back in around, you'd say, about 8 minutes' time. The All Blacks now on the defence. 53 gone in this one. Nigel Owens puts his arm out toward the All Blacks and they get the advantage now. They're on some sort of steroids, the All Blacks. They're brilliant here today. Quick pass by Damien McKenzie. Enrico Ioane gets his first touch of Test rugby. Makes a break, but taken down eventually. The All Blacks into this Italian territory. Over the ball. Attempted. Interception, not quite. By the Italian. We can't quite see who it was. But, well, an opportunity there. He was a loose forward, we can tell, with the amount of strapping on his legs, on his arms. Well, would you look at that? It's Andreas van Schalkwyk. Playing his 6th cap today. Well, geez. The lock, not so much like the prop. I use the analogy of feeding the coal into the furnace of the prop. But a lock in top gear, you know, it was almost, opportunity to see a draft. Oh, well, speaking of drafts, I say that as soon as that happens, Brody Retallick comes on screen.
Yeah, well, that was a bit coincidental, I must say.
That man certainly is a draft. He's absolutely humongous. He'd be a full head and shoulders taller than me, and that's just crazy.
Scott Barrett comes off, so he makes his second cap come to an end. Crusader, the Cantabrian, and the 22-year-old is now sitting on the bench. Well, a young team, this All Black team. Quite inexperienced, but nonetheless, they've got the job done today. It's almost, you could say, game over at 54 minutes.
They should be in the sheds already, so I can go back to sleep.
Well, they should be in the sheds sipping on the Steinlager.
Is Sam Kane rocking a Waikato mouthguard?
Jeepers.
He's also rocking a
Is he Waikato or is he Bay?
Bay, mate. He's Bay. Brett Barrow.
Trader.
Tauranga Boys College. 19 comes on, and that is George Biag. And he's come on for Maxime Mbanda. I immediately thought he was a man of colour, and that he is.
One drastic change I've noticed here in the second half is that the Birds have decided to leave.
That's unfortunate. Maybe they got brooms out and shooed them away.
Or maybe they've just seen their Italian team getting a thumping and they thought, well, we can just fly out of here. We got them for free. We'll get out now.
Do you think the halftime entertainment may have been the execution of the Birds, Luke?
No, I don't think they would have killed them. I think they just would have given them a friendly move on, please, to the next field.
Security guards do that?
Yeah, well, they probably just started rolling around on the field.
Well, the All Blacks have it. Cruden off to Leonard Brown. And Rieko Ioane on the wing makes a dart and makes about 10 metres to it. Smith. Cross kick opportunity through Aaron Cruden. And Naholo's on the flyer, but taking a mark is Guilio Besenkini, and the safety of the mark is taken. Lima
Eden Park
Sopoaga.
sponsoring this match.
Oh, would you look at that? Lima Sopoaga surely going to come on soon and relieve Aaron Cruden of his duties. He's had a good game today, Aaron Cruden, and he's needed to step up. And when I lost forward
Great pass from the draft there.
from the draft,
He really screwed that one up royally.
Retallick. Oh no.
That's just unfortunate on the big man.
Well, Sergio Parise pats him on the back with a big smile, and to be fair, it was warranted. You know, that's a little bit ridiculous.
Is that the first mistake Brodie Retallick's made in an international match?
Could be, that man.
Because he got Player of the Year one year, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, you bet he did.
Ofatunga Fasi comes on for Charlie Faumuina.
Doesn't quite have the beard, but I'm sure he'll get there.
He does have the colour though, and the build.
Doesn't he?
Jeez, Aaron Smith rocking a new tattoo. Maybe it's a sign of new things to come from.
Yeah, well, I see the lady spoke out recently, way to bring things back up again.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Maybe she's hoping for a bit of a second round when he comes back from the Northern Tour.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Anyway, feeds is Eduardo Gori coming on and replacing Bronzini.
Get your hands out there, Black. Just thought I'd be the ref for a moment there, Jake.
Good shit. Gori at the base. Looking for an extra play. He's rallying the troops here as we surge into the last sort of 23 minutes of this match. Gori looks and finds Luke McLean in the pocket. That is a raking punt. And it's right down the throat of Damien McKenzie. Now some attack here. He goes, he uses his ballet skills, does McKenzie. And Nigel Owen's in the way, but he's dancing around that like a...
He's done his Zumba with Craig Joubert.
Jeepers creepers, the Zumba, in which the referees have been doing to keep fit, really helping him out there. Smith finds Retallick. Yes, he was once the World Rugby Player of the Year 2 years ago. A very young man in terms of rugby, but he's mature beyond his years in the game. Smith, after Tunga Fasi. But a dead ear on the commentary. Made a break. Is Wyatt Crockett in his 56th match.
What a man.
And he puts it off. And it's Malachi Fekitoa who gets another try. And well, a secret handshake with Anton Leonard-Brown. And we got 22 to play. But the All Blacks score yet another. His second try today. 6th in his career. And the All Blacks extend the lead by a furthermore 5.
Is that all the All Blacks do during the week? Is train and make handshakes with each other? Because they seem to have a different one for every bloody person. I'll do my math and I'll figure out how many handshakes the All Blacks must have if two people have their own handshake.
Well, Brand Lerman's...
So how many are in a squad? About 30?
Yep. 33 of the All Blacks squad. As Aaron Cruden looks to put the ball between the sticks, right in front, so the commentator's curse wouldn't put it past him. He does that in Lima Sopoaga.
The All
We'll
Blacks
relieve
have,
him of his duties.
Jack, this is more important.
Yep.
The All Blacks will have 900 different handshakes if there's 30 players in the squad. That is a lot of handshakes. Do you think Steve Hansen gives them some guidance on how they should do it?
Jeez Louise, that's quite a lot. Some substitutions. Jeepers creepers. Matt Todd, Lima Sopoaga coming on, leaving, and Stephen Luatua goes off. A few, jeepers, Tomaso Alan that comes on also. Well, they're coming on from all over the show here, it's great to see. Lima Sopoaga relieves Aaron Cruden. He's had a good night, Aaron Cruden.
Very good night.
Very good night. And
it's more of an afternoon.
Yeah, truth.
Or
Speak to
morning
it.
if you're here.
Update on the England match. It's 20 points to 9 at half time at Twickenham. And soon to get underway the second half of the All Blacks, the Wallabies rather, versus
Scotland.
the Scottish.
The Scottish.
The Scottish, yes, I do apologise. The All Blacks have it again. 49 plays 3 here at Rome. And, Esposito win the pink headgear. What a mix of colours. Pink and orange. Headgear by Esposito.
You're not quite up there.
The left winger. Well, the physio coming on the field to attend Esposito. He's down. However, play's going to resume. And, he's taken down. There's 2 of them attending him. He's going to have a bit of a massage, but Gorey gets it away. They string together their 5th phase.
Absolutely crunched there.
Possible turnover. In fact, not quite. The Italians have the ball again. And the rush defence of the All Blacks has the Italians on the back foot. Gorey finds right. And, they're going back here. Tommaso Alan took it down. And late tackle off the ball by the All Blacks, but it's gone unnoticed by the referees. Smith goes left to the blind side. Not much to work with. However, setting up this next phase is Aaron Smith. Yet again, a bit of crash ball made a break as Liam Squire kicked through. There's Cody Taylor. My God, this is amazing. Well. He's got the ball and then he's stolen. Padovani has the ball at the back. And Italians have it.
I say we tell the backs to just have the rest of the afternoon off.
Well,
the forwards are doing all the work.
I think the break's made. Wyatt Crockett, try assist. To Malachi Fekitoa, he did all the work there. But the All Blacks haven't. And you can sense something coming again. Rieko Ioane on the right wing. He gets around 1 and keeps it in play. And the All Blacks retain possession. Anton Leonard-Brown fires past Esposito, but taking down the Giraffe on the offload. Smith. Inside ball to Rieko Ioane. Popped. What a brilliant play. And they have the pill. But lost forward. And on the 5th phase, the All Blacks 10 metres out. The Italians have it. Parise to play halfback.
Kicks the shit out of it.
17 and a half minutes to play.
Good clearance from the Italians. Best clearance they've done all day.
Yeah, good clearance kick
Well,
by
that's
Tommaso
not
Alan.
really saying much.
Playing his 25th game today for the Italians. The Benetton Treviso veteran. Yeah, taken somewhat late there by Cody Taylor. But, he's got away with it.
Well, Parise, he's a bit of a captain fantastic, isn't he? He's been doing some kicking, some halfback, good runs. All round, just good stuff here.
And a great leader also. Well, my goodness gracious. And another possible try for the All Blacks here. A metre out for the line. They go over. Try time, Elliot Dixon. My goodness gracious.
Oh, yeah.
The All Blacks are on fire. Well, we mentioned Snell and Halberg lighting this stadium alight about 56 years ago. But today the All Blacks, yet again, it's their day today. And Elliot Dixon gets his first try in the All Black jersey.
How many games has Elliot Dixon played?
A fair few. It is his second start, 3rd match for the All Blacks. And, Lumans took us through this try.
What was excellent weirdly work from the line out. Oh, well, actually, it was a bit of a fumble. But Aaron Smith, quick as he is, was right on it. And made the break, cut on the inside to Matt Todd. And then Dixon just spots the gap, goes for it, and he's there.
Well, he found the ball in his hands. Is the try line just in front of him, and also no one in front of the try line, so he put it down. So it's great to see. Loma Sopoaga looks to put his personal tally of 2 onto the board.
Not an easy kick here.
No, it's not. Matt Todd, bit of strength there, taken down, but obviously Tommaso Alan.
It's time off.
Oh, Tommaso Alan taken away. I must say that's a failure by the referees. And I wouldn't be surprised if the TMO's checking this, because Tommaso Alan has been completely and utterly taken out by Brodie Retallick. And well, you've got to go against that. Unfortunately, Elliot Dixon has been given a try that shouldn't have been given. In fact, they're going to the TMO and they're given the try. Gee, wow.
Well, I think that's slightly questionable because would he have stopped Dixon in the position that he was in had he not been taken out anyway?
Well, considering Dixon ran the exact line in which Alan was standing, he was taken out nowhere near the ruck. It's a bit of an average call.
A bit cynical.
He's got a success rate of 100%, Lima Sopoanga in the black jersey, behind his goal kicks. And, 43 minutes gone and penalty to Bernard Foley. So it's 17 points to 13 in the Qantas Wallabies v. The Scottish. However, back in Rome, Lima Sopoanga looks to put it out to 56 points to 3.
It's a lovely camera angle here.
Oh, well, he looks to curl it round off the post and through the sticks.
Oh, lovely kick.
Brilliant kick by Lima Sopoanga. Well, did it even go through? The camera angle said it did. Possibility here. Well, it went. Oh, well. We're about to see the scoreboard. Didn't go through. Amazing kick off the upright, but nonetheless, the All Blacks unable to get the 2 points.
Italy have really been targeting that corner there from kickoffs and every little.
It hasn't really worked though, has it?
Yeah, no, not to the greatest extent.
Yeah, because they are losing by 51 points. In fact,
I would
Lima
consider changing
Sopoanga.
strategy.
Yeah, I think it might be a bit too late for it. You know?
It's never too late.
It's still redeemable. I say, that's a good kick.
I think a good strategy would be call the game off now so I can sleep.
Luke McLean puts it into the sky, but it does come down for Damien McKenzie, Mr. Yoda. And he finds some support on the left-hand side of the field. 14 minutes to go in this second match of the end of year 2 for the All Blacks. Smith finds some support. And now they link up here, the All Blacks. I'd love to see an Italian try. I would love to see it. But the All Blacks make a break. And, well, Lima Sopoanga makes about 20 metres. They're 5 metres out, the All Blacks. Can they retain the possession? Not enough counter there for the ruck by the Italians. They're on the 5th phase. Looking to string something together. And they've got the ball, do the Italians.
Great counter ruck there.
Yeah, well, brilliant and much needed too. Because the try was begging. And, well, Gorey
kicks the shit out of it again.
Finds Alan and he puts it into touch. And also someone of a new face to the All Black jersey, Liam Coltman, makes his debut.
He's got a lovely beard.
Shit, I thought he was Joe Moody for a moment.
157th All Black.
What team does he play for?
The Highlanders.
Oh, that's balking.
26-year-old Otagoman. And, well, the All Blacks finding themselves much ahead, but they're playing beautifully after not the greatest of performances last week against the Irish, but playing out of their skin for today, not helping. However, that the Italians quite lacklustre. Inside the half, the All Blacks intercepted by the Italians. I wanted an Italian try, and we may well be seeing it. The Italians! He's got to go all the way.
I'm sure the stadium's going absolutely.
And the stadium's going mental. And Tommaso Boni has scored the try. And well, the crowd has found their voice after 67 minutes. Well, the crowd not on their feet. However, it was somewhat unexpected after Eduardo Gotti saw somewhat of an intercept and then passed off to Tommaso Boni. And he goes onto the 50-metre line.
Even the Vuvuzelas were out for that try.
The Vuvuzelas, amen, sister. Well, he'll remember that one. Well, Tommaso Boni in his second time.
The crowd's blowing kisses to him.
Second cap in the Italian jersey from Zebre, playing for the club. And, well, a brilliant try, something opportunistic for Tommaso Boni and a fellow Tommaso. Maybe they share a special bond. These two, Tommaso
There's about
Alan.
50 of them in the team.
It's like having a Jones in the Welsh team. It's just it's not
Never
it's going to
ending.
happen.
I'm sure if the Birds were here, they'd be squawking their little heads off as well. That's
I mean, that'd be.
Yeah, truth. The Birds somewhat gone away, Lomans, and I think we're all a bit disappointed about that one.
Yeah, they were putting on a mighty good show in the air. The way they were scrapping back, almost better than the actual defence on the field. And they get to lovely positions as well.
And a good kick by Alan.
Very tight.
He's put it through the sticks and over the uprights, which means 2 points. So Italy go to 10 points on the scale and score their 11th try in Test match rugby against the All Blacks. And well, the crowd of 70-odd thousand has really found their voice. Unfortunately, it's not last try wins.
Although I don't think they'd win that anyway.
Yeah, we still do have 10 minutes to go. Some defence would have to hold there. Waisaki Naholo has it in his throat and he passes it off. He finds Fekitoa way down on the right wing and looking to work something now. They've got some space and many men to it. One-off runners, the All Blacks now, but they look to link up, making some metres with this attack bit by bit. And penalty to the Italians. Quick tap taken though. And Parise, but Nigel Owen's not happy.
He was completely away there.
And well, he was jeez.
Imagine that.
He was out of there like a kid on chemo. And he was almost under the black dot.
What was wrong with that one?
Holding on.
No, but what was wrong with the tap?
Oh, referee didn't see it.
Nigel.
Nigel.
Let him play on.
Nigel.
Just give it to him. Just give it to
Keep
him.
the 54. Just let.
Well, instead they kick it into the...
Have a bit of sympathy.
They kick it into the 22, and my goodness gracious, an attacking opportunity for the Italians, lads.
I'm sure we'll see another fancy line-out move that's been working very well for them.
Yeah, well, it worked the first couple of times. It tends to shit after that.
Yeah, it seems they only have a couple moves that they can't really revisit. Oh, and they've taken Crockett off. What a game he's had.
An
Well,
absolute belter of a game.
He wins 2 more games in a row, and he'll break a world record, Wyatt Crockett. They throw through way of Gaga. And a new look front row to the All Black pack. However, Nigel Owen's not happy and not straight.
No, it's knocked on.
In fact, knocked on by the Italians. Well, it's just the story of their night, isn't it?
Yeah, well, not much of a story to be told, but if there was a story, it'd be that they played shit.
Received an absolute thumping.
For lack of a better words.
Stats of 62% possession for the All Blacks, 59% territory. Well, you've got to score, the way to score points is holding onto the ball and being in the right area of the field, and that's what the All Blacks have done, and it's shown on the scoreboard.
Yeah, well, when do they not do that, though, besides last week?
All of the reserves come on from the All Blacks, just Sammy Panico waiting to make his 4th appearance in the Italian jersey, and they'll end the substitutions. However, the All Blacks make a break, and Waisaki Naholo off to, well, he tried to link up with Damien McKenzie, and, well, an opportunity gone begging. He would have scored his first test try. Nonetheless, the All Blacks have an opportunity again. Advantage on the 22 of Italian territory, the place where they've camped for most of this match. I tell you what, it's intense moments here. It's almost like camping.
Mate, 6.5 minutes till I can go to sleep. I'm pumped.
The All Blacks still have the arm out. Crockett. No, it wasn't Crockett. What am I talking about? Sam Cane takes it down. Crockett, the big man. He's confusing me here. A 1-2 shimmy, and Lima Sopoanga nearly goes through. They shift it right. Rico Ioane.
Dixon wants it on the right.
Off to Rico Ioane in the end, actually, and he's over the line, and he gets one on debut.
Fantastic fantastic stuff.
Well, Scott Barrett did it last week, and Rieko Ioane adds himself into the history books of All Blacks who score on debut. 19 years old, 239 days, and he is scoring a try on debut.
You can tell he saw that and he was about to pass and realised, I'm not going to pass this, I'm going to be a gritty shit. So he went over the line and scored it himself.
Well, as anyone at 19 years old, I think you're fair enough.
Yeah,
Jonah Lamu.
I wasn't arguing with him, good decision, but
Yeah, good shit.
momentum carried it over, that was not double movement.
China.
The finger is in the air, slightly backwards, but it's in the air. He's pointing to the sky. He knows it's a try on debut.
Lumens, you are 17 years old, 2 years younger than Mr. Rieko Ioane.
I am
In 2
16.
years, could you imagine yourself playing for the All Blacks?
Not a chance, but
Netherlands?
wouldn't that just be great? Yeah, the Netherlands. That seems to be calling.
That's a different story, the Netherlands, I'll tell you that.
High quality team.
Well, he puts it up and puts it through the sticks, does Lima Sopoaga, 61 plays 10. We have 5.5 to go in this match here at Stadio Olimpico in Rome. And we update you from England, where England are winning 29 points to 9. In fact, 27 points to 9, trying to Ben Youngs after George Ford steps free. And brilliant.
Scotland also taking it over Australia, 22 points to 13. About 30 minutes left in that game.
Yep. Well, 5 minutes of misery to come for the Italians. It's put into touch and looking to waste some time here, the All Blacks. And we haven't seen many wags here today, Brad. It's been a bit disappointing.
Yeah, unfortunately tonight there's been just about 0 wags, I'd say, which is not the greatest, but there's always next time.
Yeah, there is. We go to Dublin. We see the Irish wags later on. So we look
Always
forward to
a good
that.
bunch of wags there.
Yeah, we'd love to see how they weigh up.
The wags in the India versus England cricket match. Brad Lohmans, you want to comment on that?
Oh, quite exceptional, and the way the cameraman, he always gets onto the good targets, the good wags. It's actually exceptional work from the directors and such.
Yeah, love me a good Indian wag. But a penalty comes to the All Blacks. And Owens has his arm in the air. Not too sure why. Rigger, can you tell me?
Not releasing.
Oh, good jackal. Good jackal by the
No,
captain.
it's a sniffle.
Captain's fantastic there.
And your game.
And, wow,
I
good.
know your auntie Sam, and she'd be
Cold
proud of
piece
you.
and a half.
Puts it into touch. There's Lima Sopoaga. Another opportunity for attack. How many times have they attacked this line? The All Blacks yet again inside the 22.
Sure, we couldn't count.
Coltman to throw the debutante.
He looks
Jeepers.
fantastic in that posture there.
Yep, Dudley Phillips having a good game at the posture.
Fingers, the arms waving.
And
He's pointing at something.
Dixon sacked them all. And Kane goes left. Smith makes a break. 10 metres out of the All Blacks. Puts it at the base. And Joe Moody, the now very experienced prop forward, takes it forward. Luatua now. Back into the same spot. They haven't cracked the advantage line on that phase. Moody off to Kane. And he finds Todd. Now they're 5 metres out, the All Blacks. Smith looking to link to the backs. They go wide to Leonard Brown. Inside to Naholo. And my goodness, that is a try and a half. Bradley Lumens.
Well, that's a bit of just straight voodoo there from Naholo, as we've mentioned a few times. He's just absolutely magical on that. Great passing play here. What a ball inside. Fantastic.
Anton Leonard Brown, you beauty.
He is a
That is
superstar.
amazing pass.
Maybe it was your bed that did it, Jake.
Truth? Anyone listening? I seem to say this every time he does play. What a brilliant inside ball.
Fantastic.
No one expected that one.
Even bloody Voodoo himself didn't expect it.
The ball was suddenly
He
in
got the
chance.
ball and was like, shit, I can score.
Inside gap. But yes, Anton Leonard Brown stayed in my house, in my bed, in fact. Not when I was in it. For
Unfortunately.
two days and, well, when was it? 2013 almost. He's a 21-year-old now. And he was 18 when he came. But yeah, it may have been my bed that did it to him. 2 minutes to go as we see Sammy Panico about to take the field in his 4th cap. Well, a sad story for the Italians here today. The crowd starting to flitter away, but the faithful, the majority, you still have about 60,000 still here, which is, around what we had last week at Soldier Field in Chicago. The end of the rainbow, I called it, for the Irish win, but the All Blacks, the last 1.5 minutes to play, put it up inside the All Blacks territory here, and Ioane, it's a Malachi Fekitoa, it's a foot race between him and a cover defence by Padovani inside Puerto Rico Ioane, but the Italians have forced a turnover, and that's brilliant. They get a penalty, and well, the assistant referee Alex Roots down on one knee to have a look at that one. Brilliant posture by the assistant referee. We've been talking about Dudley Phillips on the far side, but goodness, look at that!
Absolutely fantastic.
The Italy rugby team changed their apparel sponsor recently. Because they used to be that one that had like that weird logo with the two.
Kappa. It used to be Kappa.
It's Adidas
now they're Adidas, and
Good decision.
Sammy Panico comes on to make his 4th match, and well, he has a minute to his name.
It's better than none.
Truth. At least he gets to put the jersey.
Shit. Italy went through a lot of strapping tape for this game.
He's a big man.
And kinesio tape. Coming off the side of the neck there, Panico. Just under a minute to play. Omel Geiger to throw, a very, very inexperienced Italian team. And quite similarly, the All Black team quite inexperienced as well. However, the veterans like Dag, Malachi Fekitoa, Taura Kubalo, Aaron Cruden of sorts, really pulled through. But inexperience of the All Blacks versus the Italians, Lumens, well, it's showing the depth of New Zealand rugby.
Yeah, well, it's actually quite impressive, the depth they have, the amount of injuries we've had last week, and the way we can just completely bounce back with a complete new squad, basically, and just still put on a fantastic show.
30 seconds to go. Ioane deep inside the All Black territory. However, Mackenzie looking to get it out of there. On the 10-metre line now, the All Blacks. From the ruck. Smith shifts it right and smashed in a tackle as Stephen Luatua. In fact, it wasn't. It was off a Tonga Fasi. 10 seconds to go in this one. But the Italians have it. And they look to mount an attack. The last of their match. The siren goes here, and they put a chip kick over the top. Bounces not kind. And Nigel Owens checks whether that's time up. Not sure whether it is or not. It was Luatua. I thought he did go off. But no, he didn't.
I thought he went off too. I thought Mad Talk came on for him.
Last opportunity for play here is Liam Coleman to throw his last throw of his debut. The All Blacks, they're not going to stop here. They look to run it from their own line.
I'll just get it over and done.
I've already made 15 odd metres. Smith shifts it right. The All Blacks. Well, into referee's time now. Advantage goes to the Italians. And the whistle goes for a knock-on. The All Blacks take it 68-10. Well, a beautiful display of rugby as we go to the final thoughts with Brad Richardson. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, well, I thought Italy just kicked it way too much. Conor O'Shea must have said before the match, hey guys, a couple kicks here and there would be good. And they just took it to heart and kicked the shit out of it every time they got the ball. Didn't really work.
Lumens, your final thoughts on the spectacular performance by the All Blacks?
Oh yeah, excellent showing by the All Blacks. Fantastic work by Leonard Brown on the end try there. Wyatt Crockett, what a man. Love to see a prop have an absolute blinder. The Italians, well, you're versing the All Blacks. It's always a mountain to climb. But I think they've done well. Double digits. I'd be very proud of that.
Double digits indeed. It's 68 points to 10. We'll join you next week live from Dublin in the second match, the rematch of the clash we had last week. But that is it from Stadio Olimpico in Rome. A spectacular performance by the All Blacks. They've bounced back and are back on their winning streak. The All Blacks 68, Italy 10.